Did you know that they made the first and an intended multi-issue series sequelizing the DEATHGASM film? They did. Let me tell you about the first issue and only issue that we've gotten. The first issue of the DEATHGASM comic, which was originally supposed to be the first of a multi-issue story, begins with a one-page recap of the film before revealing that a new version of the band called DEATHGASM finishes a set. Immediately after, they get attacked by the audience, which ends up being full of vampires. We see that Brody and Medina are now working with a new drummer and bassist as they hunt down demons and paranormal creatures via music festivals. As the group talk, we see that Brody is still struggling with the death of his friend Zach from the movie. They all stop for gas while on the way to yet another music festival, and while doing so, a weird old man warns them about the strange occurrences that have been happening since the festival began to set up. When they arrive at the festival and start looking around, they quickly learn that humans are being killed and eaten by what reveal themselves to be shitty-looking, shape-shifting monsters. The monsters get to Chad and rip him apart, while Medina picks Brody up in their van, then plows through a bunch of them himself. Nearby, Villain fires up a crop-shredding tractor and mows down even more of the creatures. But unfortunately, there are just too many, and they not only overrun him, but they crowd surf him back onto the stage, where he ends up being feasted on along with some other humans. Before dying though, he pulls the pin on some grenades inside his jacket, blowing the creatures and the festival itself to smithereens. Afterwards, Brody and Medina decide to head back to their hometown to find new band members before continuing on their demon-slaying journey. This first issue also came with a backup story called Ricky Daggers Must Die. In it, we see a moment in time when Zach was still alive and Brody and he investigated an abandoned house, and when they did, they saw a poster for a band called Haxum Sword, headed up by Ricky Daggers, and as they wonder what happened to Ricky, we get to see it. We see that 30 years prior, Haxum Sword is known as the most reviled and controversial metal band in the whole world. We also see numerous incidents that earned them that reputation. One day, after having a wild time with numerous ladies, we meet a girl named Aurora, a neophyte from quote-unquote the Order, who reminds Ricky that he actually joined the Order of Cadence years ago, and that almost all of its members were murdered. She then shows Ricky the music sheets making up the Black Hymn, the song with numerous paranormal abilities. But before he can get too much info from her, Aurora is actually beheaded by 3 dudes in horn masks that call themselves the Red Tide, who then set their sights on Ricky. So that's it for the only issue tying into the DEATHGASM movie so far. Apparently there's more in the works as I record this, but let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, and I'll be back soon with more horror comics coverage.